Hi guys, Smith here, welcome to the 5th round of the AOR GT3 Elite League, and today I'm at the Circuit de Catalunya. Now, last round at Circuito, finished in 7th position, which was a very poor result considering I spun numerous amount of times. I did have decent pace. I qualified in 4th position. I think it was the closest I've been to pole all season, so that was probably the only positive to take out of it. But in terms of my driving, it was not good at all. But hopefully today, at the this Spanish track, yeah, I do like it. I've got to be honest, I've driven here quite a numerous amount of times in F1 and in Formula C on this Project Cars game, so yeah, I do know the track, and hopefully, you know, that will help me get a good result. But anyway, onto this qualifying lap, exiting turn 4 towards turn 5, which is a hairpin. Really poor entry, sort of lose a little bit of the car there, which probably cost me a couple of attempts. Heading towards turn 7, shift down a couple of gears. Now exiting turn 8, up to turn 9, right-hander gear 3. Try and get close to the apex and then run wide, which I didn't want to do. But anyway, to turn 10, shift down to 3 gears at the 100-meter board. Exiting turn 10 to turn 11, this tight technical part now of the circuit. Turn 12 this is. Now turn 13. And this chicane bit, turn 14 and 15, try and get a good exit out of turn 15. And it looks like I'm about 4 tenths up on my previous lap time, which was a 44.9, so exiting last turn, which is turn 16, coming towards the line now, and I'm going to do a 44.5, which put me in 5th position, and it was very close between me, Blizzard and Jordan. I think it covered us by about 500ths of a second, so yeah, it was very close. You could argue that I could argue that I could have been probably higher than my teammate, but it's a case of shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. But anyway, hopefully I can have a good race as the green lights go out. Lights out, away we go here for the 5th round of the season. And actually, that was a pretty good start. I've got to say, I have actually had a good start for once, not lost any positions yet. Normally I get jumped off the start, but I kept in gear 1 for a change and it seemed to work well. Just got to have a good exit out of turn 1, and which I do. So still in 5th. Jordan is quite close behind, as you'd expect, as he's only entering the turn 3, so obviously just trying not to make any mistakes here at the minute. And now entering turn 4, gear 3. Blizzard runs a little bit wide, so just trying to not obviously make any moves, but I wasn't close enough anyway. Just trying to really keep Jordan behind. He's only about a 10th or 2 behind, so he's trying to really set me up for a move as well. Exiting turn 5 and then through turn 6 and turn 7. And I've got to say as well, that pole time from Res Italia was quite impressive. For 43.8 was actually very quick. I know people on the PC are a couple of seconds quicker, and it might not sound that impressive, but yeah, on this console it was quite impressive from the Aston Martin of Res Italia. But anyway, back onto the race. Just trying to follow round Blizzard and doing that okay at the minute, but the 2 McLarens are sort of fighting out for 6th position, as I think T6 Bullet has going to get past his teammate in a moment, watching in the rear view mirror, and yes, he's got past his teammate. So now T6 Bullet is in 6th, and really just trying to obviously keep the gap, as it was a bit tight there, trying to get past I believe that was Res. So up into 4th, and yeah, not bad start. Hopefully I can continue this consistency. But on lap 4, Blizzard pulled away only by a second, and then T6 Bullet closing up. He got a really good exit out the last turn, so it looks like he's going to make a move on me coming down towards turn 1. And he's got the inside line. I give him quite a bit of space, and he throws in the inside, and he's got the move done. For 4th position, so down to 5th, and Res is only about 8 tenths behind, so I'm really just trying to obviously keep 5th position. And coming towards turn 4, this long right-hander, turn 4, and then trying to obviously keep within touching distance of T6 Bullet as well, heading into turn 5, exiting the turn 5, and now heading towards turn 7. And then, as you see on the entry, I'll just lose the rear of the car, and then I get hit by Rez. And I do apologise to Rez, but it was unfortunate. But you know, it was just bad luck. I really think, to be honest, in terms of his part, because he was so close to me, and it's a shame because I believe he quit as well about a lap after, which, you know, yeah, it's a shame. But I've got to say, you know, this damage sort of also ruined my race as well, so I don't know, you know, it might sound a little bit sort of harsh or whatever, but, you know, I had to pit because the car had damage from the spin. It was veering towards the left hand side, so yeah, it was very frustrating, but that's just the way it is. And on lap 11, Deuce has pitted, I believe that's how you say, I'm not too sure, but anyway, I'm into 8th position. Jordan's about 38 seconds up the road, so still not that good. But Stevie's come out the pits and he's only about 4 seconds in front, so hopefully I can try and catch him up. It's going to be hard as he's come out about 10 laps later than I have, so obviously he'll have 10 lap fresher tyres. But on lap 22 I was actually catching Stevie, which was surprising considering my tyres, but I actually had very good pace, and for once actually as well, I actually had some good pace. But on lap 27 I've caught up to the back of Stevie now, so it was pretty satisfying at that point when I call up to him. But entering turn 3 and now sort of exiting turn 3, coming towards turn 4, and to be honest, you'll just see now turn in and then the rear just snaps round again, and yeah, I've got to say I was really frustrated with that, because from lap 25 to lap 28 I drove really well, consistent, same sort of times, and I was really happy with that. But then you'll see again, Donington all over again. I don't know what happened, but it just seems to hit an invisible wall and flip me round, and I can tell you that weren't, you know, when you've spun the car by yourself or you lost the car by yourself, and that weren't, I didn't lose it like by myself. It definitely hit something, and obviously it was very frustrating because, as you can see now, I'm just trying to push the throttle and the car won't even move, and it's sort of glitching up. And at this moment I was thinking, oh, I hope Deuce don't get past me, because as you can see, he's catching by the rate of knots, obviously, because I'm not going anywhere except for flying up in the air. And I think I've had some comments about me assigning a reset button to my controller, and I think obviously it sounds really obvious, and I think obviously that's what I've got to do for the next race, or well, every race now from now on. As you can see, I take it really wide, the entry to turn 10, because I didn't want that glitch to happen again. And really frustrating, because although that thing happened, I was actually catching Stevie again, and I don't think I'd have passed him, but it just showed that my pace was quite decent, and I actually believe I had the second quickest time in the race. So that as well, that's considering I pitted on lap 5. So you know, that I think, I know it's easy to take the positives, but instead of negatives, but that's probably the only positive I can take, was the race pace was decent. I know everyone was quite strong as well, but that's why you didn't really reflect the result. But just frustrating, and hopefully in Monza I can have a good result. Don't really suit the car, so it's just gonna probably be another not that good result, but I'll try my best, and hopefully can get a decent result. But anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in Monza. Goodbye.